Can you able to see the slide?
Yes, I've seen.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Last, good afternoon to everyone. Okay, so last class, we have discussed about the magnetic forces that in what will be the force in electromagnetic field, which we have done the in electrostatic and as well as in magnetostatic. Okay, so in electrostatic, we have seen that magnetic force, that is charge, which is going to have that on conductor, and it's producing that electric field, which is Q into E bar. For in a magnetostatic field, that force is which is having the charge moving with a velocity v and cross b bar. Okay, that magnet field will be created once the charge moving with a some velocity. Okay, so we have seen that in a magnetostatic force, the charge and then having velocity, its velocity, and then magnet field producing that completely force. That force is equal to q into velocity cross b bar in a magnetostatic force. So after this, we have discussed what will be the differential current element if having that. So what is the force due to those things? Differential current element. Okay. So what will be the force onto it? The differential current element, we have seen that force is that for if it is having that volume charge distributed completely, volume current if it is distributing, then we have seen that total that force on a completely that surface volume is current density J bar cross B bar in a volume integral here dV. Okay, that will be force can be calculated on the completely volume if that current is distributed over the in a volume here. Similar way, we have seen the other one is if surface area, if current is having distributed in the surface area like we can consider as the closed surface integral, like closed rectangular box if you consider it, if current is distributed, so what will be that completely force onto it? Okay, so that can be calculated here. Force is equal to that having that current density on the force and then created that magnet field B bar and ds here. Okay, so this one is for a surface closed surface area. Now similar way, if we consider as a line, that is closed path line, that means a wire if we consider it, if current passing through that wire, so that will be created magnet field which is equal to that force F is equal to for a complete line integral here, closed line integral. So this we have seen that completely that how force will be created. Okay, similar way like if we consider straight conductor, that angle between we can take that for straight conductor force is equal to I L, that length of the wire cross B bar. That what will be the current is flowing through completely that wire, and then surrounding that conductor magnet field will be produced. This one is equal to that force here. Okay, and if you take that angle between this length of the conductor and then magnet field will be sine theta here. That angle between is sine theta, which is cross product. So force is equal to this one is for straight conductor here. So this up to here we have seen that yesterday's class. Now today the same concept which we are going to consider that force calculation for if we are having that current distributing, so in a conductor, if the force between the two differential current element to be calculated here. Okay, So if it is that force only, if it is going to create the two differential current element, that means when we consider the one a closed rectangular box or any other circular path, so it will be like created that force is completely in two way. Okay, one side and then other side. Once that current is flowing through the one side and then other current is flowing through the other side. So between these two, what will be that force? So I have considered here one is in a Cartesian coordinate system. In a Cartesian coordinate system, when that current is passes through the one of the completely as a in a rectangular or any if you consider it, what will be the force at this point 1 and what will be the force at point 2. Okay, so this I have considered the two elements here. So that one is at point 1 and point 2. Okay, so you can take that angle this completely the distance from this point 1 to this point 2 is the distance is r12. Now what will be that your force? Okay, what will be that you are completely having force on point 2 and point 1 here. Okay, so this to be calculated completely here due to the that magnet field is created on this point 1 and point 2 here. Now the main thing here, the concept of magnet field is it will break into two parts, that problem finding interaction of the one current distribution on a second current distribution here. Okay, so like if you consider one rectangular shape of wire, and if you apply the supply, that positive or negative, for example, okay, then current will start completely flow through that rectangular box, and then it will come back to the that negative. So which due to this one, what will be your force? What will be your force, and what will be the direction of the magnetic field? So that point only we are considering this one here. So this it is possible to express here force one current element is directly in terms of the second current element without finding that magnetic field, that to be calculated here. Now let us take this figure here from this figure. Now let us calculate what is the magnetic field at point P2 and similar way at point P1. Okay, so due to this P1, what will be the magnetic field at point P2 due to point P1? So that you can calculate here. So that you can calculate DH2, that is magnetic field at point 2, and then due to the this completely having that DL1, that is I1 DL1, that is cross, and then unit vector towards to the at point P, that is A cap R12 over upon 4 pi R12 square, that is the distance between these 2 points here, which is the magnetic field on point 2 due to that current element of the point 1. So that can be calculated, that magnetic field how much it is. Okay, so this one is from the Biot-Savart law, so you can calculate that magnetic field at point P2. Now next one, this one similar way. So what will be the force at point 2? That is already we have done the differential of the force here. So we can we have seen that last session, the differential force on a line completely on a wire, that magnetic field will be produced as so here. So the differential of these two elements, I have taken that D here, that differential force, which is equal to the at point P2, that is point 2 here, and then having that current which is with length of the wire, and then current carrying that I2 and delta 2, and then it is going to produce that magnetic field, that is cross D bar 2 here, which is magnetic field is going to produce that is in the terms of the cross here, which is equal to, so here we are going to take the differential of the force at point 2 here. Now we know that what is the magnetic field, magnetic flux density relationship between the magnetic field intensity, that is dB bar 2 equal to mu naught into dH2 bar. So this we are considering in free space, so that we can write that we can write here after taking the differential point at 2. So that d of df2 equal to I2 dl2 cross mu naught into dh2 bar. Okay. Now what will be at point 2 force that is going to take from this one. So d of df2 equal to I2 into, so the same equation, dl2 cross. So we have seen the dh2 bar is what. So you can substitute here in terms of the completely magnetic field, which is having here. So dB bar equal mu naught into dh2 bar. So you can apply it here, dB bar 2 in terms of dh2. So mu naught into dh2 is nothing but this complete equation after substituting. So you can take that on cross product one term here. That is a force completely at point 2, the differential force mu naught into I1 I2 over upon 4 pi R12 square. Then d L2, that is a differential length at point 2 cross dl1 cross a cap R12. So now this one is completely at point 2, that force will be at point 2 here. Now only to calculate that force, we can take that integration here. So we have the here two times of the differential. Okay. So now if you take to the right hand side, so we'll get completely, this one is closed line integral mu naught into I1 by I2 4 pi closed line integral dl2 cross closed line dl1 cross a cap R12 by R12 square. So which is now that force is completely on 2 here, which we are going to take that supply for the rectangular wire, if you consider it. Okay, so it is going to develop that force will be in this direction, and then magnet field will be in this direction, and then other side is having that which is having other force here. This is dl2. Okay, so that you can calculate that force at point 2. Similar way, you can calculate that force at point 1. You can calculate that force at point 1. So this also you can just have interchange the integration part here. That interchanging that from this equation, closed line integral, that is with the 2 times of the closed line integral here, dl1 and dl2. Okay. Now similar way you can write force at point P F1. That is at point F1 due to this F2. Due to this df2, what will be the your force at this point? So you can write down in terms of the I1 and I2 over upon 4 pi, then close line integral 2 times of the integral here, and which having that dl2. Now it is in opposite, so that vector towards to the at point f1. So that can be we can write it as a cap R21. That is R21 square, the distance between the square here, point P1, P2, cross DL1. So this is like completely, we can calculate the force at point P1 and similar way at point P2 here, which is the differential current is going to flows completely to that rectangular shape. Okay, so that you can mention it, you can calculate here what will be that force that will be completely to the either side of here, F1 and F2. Okay, so where F2 is equal to minus F1 here, F2 is equal to minus F1. So this one is like without magnet field, you can calculate that what is the force. Without magnet field, you can calculate the what is the force. Actually, we can apply this one in electric circuits, where having that closed electrical circuit, where what will be the current is flowing through each of the branches, I1, I2, and then over upon that length of the completely differential L1 and L2 and the distance here. So this you can calculate where that force either of this side here. Okay, without taking any magnet field. So this one is force between differential current element. I will show you later one session on this one only, which is in practical thing. Some other time I will explain you more about here with demonstration. Okay, so this one is very important, and always they are asking in the exam this force between differential current elements. Okay, so in previous exam paper, if you can see it, always they are asking these type of questions here. Okay, so this up to here is force between the differential current element to be calculated. Now, next we'll see the topic is force and torque calculation in a closed circuit if you consider it. Okay, force and torque calculation, which is a for completely closed circuit, which is having completely source to be applied to that. So we can take that complete the force, how you can calculate to the completely that circuit, closed circuit. So closed circuit is nothing but you can imagine that rectangular shape, which is having that wire. Okay, that then two end of the sides of one wire, we are like applying the source. So when we apply the source to that rectangular wire, like you will be after applying that source, the current will flow through that completely that closed loop. Okay, so that you can calculate that force, how what will be that force df is equal to that completely length of the conductor, which is wire is having, and then what will be the current is flowing through that wire, and then after current flowing through that, how much that magnet field is going to produce, that is cross between the magnet field and then that length of the wire here. Now, so we are considering this one is completely closed line integral, which is closed circuit. The force is equal to minus minus is nothing but I have taken b bar cross dl bar. So here dl cross b bar, which have interchanged. So it will be cross means it will get minus here I, and closed line integral, which have taken that right hand side as a differential force. If you take overall that closed integral, so you can calculate force is what. So force is equal to closed line integral b bar cross dl bar. Okay, so if we consider that complete that magnetic flux or magnetic field intensity, which is going to distributed uniformly, if we consider that in a closed circuit, if it is having that uniformly distributed that magnetic flux density, then b bar can be take out as a constant here from the out of the integration. Okay, and then that length of the wire closed line dl bar, which is completely closed, that force. So here closed line dl, that force closed filament circuit uniformly, that magnet field is 0, which is going to produce that completely as a uniformly. Then the force is completely as having that 0 here. So which is considering that as a close. Now with that, with this one only, let us go more elaboration of what is the torque definition here. Okay, so what is the force and torque? So this one is force here, calculation. Then what will be the torque of that completely in a closed line integral? So here we can see that one point here, you can consider one point, that is A I have taken, which is going to have that force at particular point A, and then if you consider in Cartesian coordinate system x, y, and z, so at point A and to the origin, so that distance arm is r bar, that is r vector here, and then force is in this direction, and then after considering at point A, the torque producing will be in this direction on a z direction. Okay, so on a z direction, force is in this direction and then torque is in this direction. So you can define here what will be the torque. Torque is nothing but vector product of the moment of r, which is having that r distance, that is arm, and then force to the this side. So that is cross product here, which is called as torque. So torque is equal to r cross f bar, that is r vector, which point you are going to calculating the torque, and then torque is going to have that in other direction. Okay, so between these two, that f and then r in between this one, you will be having angle theta. That is a sign between these two, r vector cross f vector. So which will give that torque resultant. So now similar way, if I consider 2 points, similar way, if I consider 2 points of the force, if I want to see that what will be the force due to this one, either in that completely in free space only, considering, okay. So if I take that at point A1 and A2, so if I consider two forces here, at point A1, we'll take it as F1 force, and then point A2, that force will be in this direction, that is F2. Then from point A1 to origin is R1 here, that distance vector is R1, and then point origin to the A2, the distance is R2 vector. Okay, and then between these two vector is R21, which you are going to find either this side or this side. Okay, so you can calculate that. Now what is the total force here? What will be the total torque due to these two, that is at A1 and A2? So you can calculate the torque will be in this direction only, once which you consider the force either this side or this side. Now you can calculate the torque is what? Torque is equal to the total torque, which is T1 and T2. T1 is nothing but R1 cross F1 plus R2 cross F2 at A1 and A2, which is the distance R1 and then force F1, and which is distance R2 and force F2. Both will be added here. But here force is F2 is equal to minus F1, because both are in opposite direction. Both are in opposite direction here. Now you can calculate that completed total torque due to this A1 and A2 forces. So torque you can calculate, which after substituting F2 is equal to minus F1, the torque is equal to the between these two. So I can take out common here after substituting. F2 is equal to minus F1. Okay, so F1 is constant. So R1 minus R2 I will get. So R1 minus R2 vector is nothing but R21, the between these two vector, which is point A1 to A2. So which is R21 cross F1 vector here, where R21 is equal to that R1 vector minus R2 vector joining vector from A to A1. This how you can calculate the torque, which having completely for a this one is in a free space. Okay, so for linear motion, actually we can apply the force. For a circular motion, just we need to calculate the torque. We need to apply the torque calculation here. So this one is in a free space. This how you can calculate the torque. And now we'll consider the as a circular loop, which is magnet field is creating here. Magnet field is creating, which is circular loop. We need to calculate what is the torque for this one. So which I was just representing with circular loop, considering once that current is flowing through this completely this wire. Okay, it is like a magnet field will be produced this in a circular path here. So magnet field is in this direction. You can see it here, this figure. Magnet field will be in this direction, and then current will be like complete flows to the in a circular loop. In a circular loop. Now with this one, with the rectangular of completed loop, consider one center of the origin of this one in a XYZ coordinate system, which is going to produce here at point origin is I'm going to take down here B0. B0 at origin, either any of the coordinate system here, which is X, Y or Z. But if we see it here, this one is XY plane, which you can see that this one is XY plane. If I take X-axis is this one and Y-axis is this one. So which having that completely that current is flowing in a circular loop. Okay. So due to this one, we need to calculate what is the torque. Now your magnet field will be in this direction, and then your current flowing in this direction. That current throughout it is constant. Due to the current, what will be the magnet field? So with this one, what will be the force? Now, so let us go to the one by one. For before considering this circular loop, let us take that points completely this rectangular box, which is A to B, B to C, and C to D. Okay. Now let us calculate the vector force on this side, on AB. What will be the force? What will be the force on this one, which is current is flowing in this direction? Then magnet field will be going to produce in the other direction, which is right hand thumb rule if you consider it. So thumb direction is your current direction, and then four fingers folding is your magnet field direction. With these two, what will be your force? What will be your force? We are going to calculate now. So which now you can take down on this completely A to B vector, that is AB length here. Okay, so vector force on AB length. Now let us calculate that vector force on AB length, which is the differential force F1 is equal to that current is flowing through this one in x-axis. That is, I am going to take down this completely AB is dx. Which direction it is having? The dx is a cap x, because this is x-axis. Okay. Now cross, that magnet field is going to produce completely due to this one, which after current is flow through this completely A to B length, that is B bar. So B bar naught. So B bar naught is at the point center of the origin. Now at center of the origin, if I consider this equation df1, for that I am going to call AB as df1, then idx a cap x cross B bar naught, which is having in Cartesian coordinate system, which center of the origin due to the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. That completely magnet field is going to produce here in x, y, and z. Okay. Now with this one, a cap x, that is current is flowing in the x direction. Okay, and then your this one magnet field is having completely Cartesian coordinate system. Now if you take that cross product here, which is a cap x cross with a completely of this vector, B bar naught vector. Okay, so idx, which is constant here. Now after taking cross product, so a cap x cross a cap x is 0. Okay, and then a cap x cross a cap y, what will get? A cap z. Can you hear me? Okay, understand it here. So just you can put that charting if you are getting any confused. So a cap x cross a cap x is 0, and a cap x cross a cap y, will get it as a cap z. A cap z. So which having that B
Yes, sir.
y naught, a cap y here. Okay, and then which other one? A cap x cross a cap z. Actually, a cap z cross a cap x is a cap y, but it is in a cap x cross a cap z, which is it opposite. So we'll get it as minus a cap y, which is after taking cross product here. Now df1 total idx, this going to take the cross multiplication. Or if you are getting that much hard to find out, you can put a det matrix here, determination matrix, and you can find out. We'll get same result here. Okay. Now that we calculated what is the force. Okay. Now let us calculate the what is the distance. What is the distance having from the origin to the that length of the AB. The distance from R vector from origin to the length of the AB. So which midpoint of here, the distance from origin to the that midpoint of AB, which is R1 vector. So let consider as R1 vector, and this total is dy. This total is dy. So now your vector is on y-axis. R vector is on y-axis. So which is now half we are considering. So it will be like half dy. Half dy. Now that what is the unit vector? So center, if you consider here, this is positive on y-axis and this one is negative on y-axis. Okay, so now we are looking from at origin to the AB vector in a negative y direction. So that is minus a cap y, which equal to the, after considering this, half dy a cap y. Now total torque on this AB, total torque on this AB completely, which is circular motion here. So that torque one can be calculated here, which having that distance from origin to the AB length is R1 vector and cross that force of this AB line. So which is F1 here. Okay, so the torque dt1 is equal to R1 is nothing but minus half dy a cap y cross F1 is, we calculated that, which is idx b bar y naught a cap z minus b bar not z a cap y here. Now if you take that cross multiplication here, which is half dx and dy and I are the constant, we can take out. So now having that a cap y cross, so which is same axis, a cap y and a cap y, will get it as 0. Now a cap y cross a cap z, we will get it as a cap x. It is not dot, it is cross product here. So we will get it as minus here. Okay, not minus, a cap x, a cap y cross a cap z is a cap x here. It's already minus here. So half dx dy I by naught a cap x. So this one is on circular loop, the torque is going to calculate it here this much. That area of the completely rectangular providing here, which is dx dy, that completely rectangular wire, that closed line wire here, and then which current is flowing through that wire, and due to that current, that magnet is going to produce on the y-axis in a x direction. Okay, now this one is A to B. Now similar way, you can calculate the B to C. So next slide, you can calculate the B to C now. So now the vector force on side BC. Now what will be the BC now? So now you can consider the force first calculation. Force is that current is flowing through the BC completely wire, and then this BC wire is having that on y-axis. So that is the distance is dy, which is on x-axis. Sorry, y-axis. So that is dy, and it is having a cap y. Okay, so a cap y. So a cap y is on y-axis, y direction it is. Cross b naught, which is having complete, due to this current flowing, what will be the magnetic field is going to produce here at center of the origin. That is b bar naught. Now b bar naught completely you can write a similar way, which we have seen that last slide. X, y and z component of vector. Then now you can take that, these are the df2, not df1, df2. Okay, so here I dy, after taking a cap y cross to the completely x, y and z component here, which you get it here, b bar z naught a cap x minus b bar naught x a cap z. A cap y and a cap x will get it as a cap z, which is minus. Okay, and then a cap y and a cap y will get it as 0. Then a cap y and a cap z, you will get it as a cap x, which is positive here. So you can take down and you can calculate here. Now for this completely, you calculate the force. What will be the force on this completely BC line? Now similar way, you can calculate the distance, that midpoint of the BC, origin to the distance midpoint of the BC here. Okay, so that midpoint of the side of the BC here. So the distance is on the y-axis now, which is r vector. Now we are considering this r2 vector. Now which is half to this one, which is the distance of completely dx, but we are considering half from origin point. So which is half dx, and having that this r vector in the x-axis. So a cap x equal to half dx and a cap x. Now torque on completely side of this BC. On side of the BC, that is 2 here. Now you can substitute the torque which is equal to the distance here R2 cross F2. Now you can substitute here R2 vector is what? R2 vector is of dx a of x cross I dy, which is F2 calculated here, I dy b bar a cap x, then b naught x a cap z here. Now after taking that a cap x cross multiplication, which is a cap x and a cap x, you'll get it as 0. Now a cap x cross a cap z, you'll get it as minus a cap y. So you'll get it as positive resultant here. Okay. So with this one, you can calculate that similar way other one onto CD. On CD also you will get it as same as AB here. Okay. And CD vector side, this completed torque. Okay. So torque also you will get equal to the AB. So I have written the same thing of AB here, similar way. Now again you can take DA, which is DA is equal to the CB, the torque you will get it as same thing. Okay. So that is 4 here, DT4 and DT3. So which is on the Y direction, which is on the X direction. Okay. Now add this DT1 and DT3, which is AB side torque and CD torque here. So if you add it half, both you will get it in, we got it as in half. So as a negative only. So you will get it as completely as half less half, you will get it as 1. That is minus dx dy I by naught a cap x. Similar way, you can consider now these two sides of the BC and DA, which equal to same resultant, which is half and half. So you will get it as 1. So which is dx dy I b naught x and a cap y. Now total the torque due to this completely circular carrying that current and producing that magnetic field. So in this direction here, if you consider it, the total torque onto this completely circular loop, dx dy, which having that current flowing completely the circular loop, and is going to create that magnet field in the x component, magnet field x component in the y direction, and then magnet field on y in the x direction. Okay. So which is having that complete torque for this rectangular loop. Okay. So now after taking this one rectangular loop, you can write down here which is b and a cap I minus by a cap x, which is nothing but a cap z, which is having completely this x, y and z component. After so if I do this a cap z cross a cap x, a cap z cross a cap y, and then a cap z cross a cap z, which I get the same result here. Okay. So I have written the both things here, which is same result of this one. Now after this one, a cap z cross, which is nothing but b bar naught at center of the loop, that magnetic field. Center of the loop at magnetic field, that is origin at point here. Now torque due to this one, which is having completely circular loop dx and dy, so which is area of the that surface area of the rectangular loop, which is ds here. Okay, the differential current differential of the surface area dx and dy is ds here, which is a cap z cross b naught. So which we have taken this cross b naught ds here and a cap z direction. So dx dy a cap z is nothing but completely ds area. Your current direction in z axis, and then completely you are going to create that dx dy rectangular box here, which you have that surface area of the rectangular here. So cross b bar naught. Okay. So this is the torque. This is the torque if completely that having that current is flowing through a circular loop. So with that torque can be calculated, dt is equal to I into ds cross b bar naught. Only you have to consider here what is the surface that completely having that area, and magnetic field is going to produce. That is constant throughout the year. which is at center of the for circular loop. Okay. Now with that, that one only, which you can remember this formula, which is IDS cross B bar naught. If we consider the magnetic dipole moment, if the magnet is dipole moment, which is we have seen that in electrostatic field, which is dipole moment, the charge Q1 and Q2 with equal magnitude and separated by a distance d kept for in electrostatic field. We have seen that. So with that torque, we can also calculate in electrostatic field that differential torque is equal to the differential that dipole moment across that electric field. Okay, or in electrostatic field. Similar way, we can find out differential magnetic dipole moment, which is nothing but differential magnetic dipole moment is going to denote as M vector, which equal to that completely I into ds, which current is flowing through completely circular loop having that surface area, which is ds. So we can write that for the dipole moment, torque you can calculate dt torque is equal to dm vector cross b bar here. Okay. So with this one, since we have selected this completely as a differential current loop, so we can take that b bar everywhere it is constant throughout the loop. So if we consider that completely magnet field also is uniformly distributed. So here b bar also constant throughout this area, and then which is going to produce here, and then that your magnet field is going to uniform. If it is distributed uniform, then the torque can be calculated as torque is equal to current into S, that is surface area of the rectangular shape, cross B bar, which is going to produce your magnetic field due to this. That equal to that magnetic dipole moment, which is M vector cross B bar. So this one is force like torque calculation, which is having that completely in a closed loop, that is rectangular shape. Okay, I think I have not seen any derivation of this. They have asked in the previous year question paper. So they are asking more problem on this one, the torque. Okay, so problem on this one. So just to concentrate problem, and then derivation also is simple only, not complicated that much. Okay, just you need to consider the circular loop, which current is flowing through this, which current is flowing here, what will be the magnet field is going to produce, due to which what will be the torque. That formula is that current, total current I, and then the surface area, and having that magnet field is producing complete due to the current here. Okay, so that can be calculated torque here. I think these are the two concepts here for calculating torque, which is dipole moment and having that force. Okay, so let solve that one small problem on this one, which is torque calculation. Okay, so here that problem is given. Find the maximum torque on an 85 tons rectangular coil, which we have seen that rectangular is coil here, which having that 85 tons rectangular coil, 0.2 meter by 0.3 meter, carrying a current 2 amperes in a field B bar is equal to 6.5 Tesla. Okay, so this one is given that problem. You need to find the what is that maximum torque. So that which we are considering that coil is 85 tons is having, and that having that length given 0.2 meter by 0.3 meter, which is in a rectangular coil, and that one is rectangular coil is carrying that current is 2 ampere, and due to this one that magnet field is producing 6.5 Tesla. So what will be your maximum torque due to this one? So we know that formula, that is maximum torque to be calculated, that I into S cross B bar. I into S is nothing but magnetic, that is magnet dipole moment. So which we are going to take that rectangular loop, the surface area need to be calculated. That surface, that rectangular having that 85 turns to be calculated here. So the say area you can calculate, which is rectangular coil, 0.2 into 0.3 meter they are given, which is 0.06 meter square. And then that surface area, which is having that n tons, which is 85 tons, they have it is given here. That completely ton rectangular is wounded with 85 ton. So which is having that n into s bar, which is 85 into 0.06, which is 5.1 meter square. Now magnetic dipole moment. Once you calculate that area, which having that 85 ton rectangular coil, you can calculate that dipole moment, which is m notation, having the dipole moment, current, and then which having that surface area of that coil, I into S. Okay, so which is equal to current is flowing through that complete rectangular coil is 2 ampere, and then having that area is 5.1, which is equal to 10.2 ampere meter square. Now total maximum torque, which is IS cross B. Okay, so which is magnet pole cross B bar here, which is magnet both. If you take that magnitude of that M and B, which 10.2 cross 6.5, which dipole moment, and then magnet field equal to 66.3 Newton meter. So this how torque can be calculated for any the rectangular coil. Okay, so like this problem, they will be mentioned and to be calculated here. And similar way, one more problem. Let us see it here on small problem. This one. Okay, so which now you can see that now that rectangular coil is, which we were mentioning that the rectangular coil is as shown in the figure, is in magnet field is given by 0.05 a cap x plus a cap y over upon root 2, that is Tesla. Find the torque about z axis. Now they have mentioned on the z axis when the coil is in the position shown and then carries that 5 amperes. So this one is completely in XYZ coordinate system, which given that rectangular shape and that current is carrying as 5 amperes, which having that z axis and then y axis, and it is torque is going to torque to be calculated on z axis here. What will be on z axis? So we know that what is the dipole moment of this one completely. M vector is equal to I into S, which is any of the normal to the direction. The dipole moment which normal to the any of the direction here, which is M equal to I into S. So S is nothing but this area of the rectangular box. Okay, so now you can calculate that area, which given here 0.08 meter on y-axis, and then 0.04 meter the distance. I'm sorry, the z-axis is 0.08, and then x-axis is 0.04. Okay, so which it is in area here. So if you calculate this, 3.2 into 10⁻³ meter square. Now where a cap n is, it is any normal to the plane, which we are going to consider the rectangular coil. Now after taking this one, which we are considering this, you can see it that vector is, this one is on z axis and y axis. Now that movement is will be a cap n is on x axis here, which that this one is completely on yz plane, which given that rectangular coil is on yz plane. Okay, so now you can take that unit vector a cap n is a cap x, because this one is plane, they have given yz plane here. So that magnetic movement, the dipole moment, which you can take down with the current I into S, on which you get 0.016 a cap x ampere per meter square. Now you need to take that cross product of this magnetic pole, that is magnetic dipole, and then having that magnetic field. So which you take that M is a cap x direction, and magnetic field is given that a cap x plus a cap y over upon root 2. Okay. So now here you will get torque a cap x and a cap x will get it as 0, and then a cap x and a cap y you will get it as z direction. After multiplying this all constant to the here, so we will get it as torque 5.6568 into 24 minus 4 along the a cap z direction, and that unit is Newton meter. So this type of problem they may give in the exam, and this problem also very simple, so not that much complicated. Okay. So do you have any doubt?